Hey, hi, Glenn here, and this is a DIY project for you from the workshop at the Gardens. Hey, I came across this, I think it was my mother-in-law, who gave me this real cool galvanized potting planter insert. I'm not sure exactly, but I think it was in a planter and insert. But hey, what we're going to do with this is we are going to make a large pendant hanging outdoor light with it. Turn it over, put a little cage around it, and make a cool big outdoor hanging light. That happens to look a little bit something like this. Well, you probably can't see that from there. Hopefully this focuses. But what we're gonna do, are we there? There we are. What we're gonna do is that is gonna be that planter right in there. We're gonna make this big steel cage right there, 2 feet by 2 feet square and 6 feet long. So this thing's gonna be pretty big. All right. We're gonna be making this cage out of some 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch bar stock, cut 23.5 inches long, because when you put a 1/2 inch with that, you get 24. I've welded one up already, so there is a 24-inch square. Cool. I cut some of the 6-footers already, so the 6-footers are going to get attached to that, and now you can start to see this big cage come together. And then I'm going to show you also how to take all the hardware and these little, let me tell you, these were a pain to find. These little rubber stoppers you'll want to watch so you know how to use those. But you're going to want to watch all the way to the end of the video, because we're going to go install this in the garden pavilion and then we're going to light it up. All right, so but before we can do that, I've got a couple more cuts over at the metal cutting station. We're going to get a couple more of these cut, and then we're going to weld it up, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. Thank you. All right, the cage is all put together, and yes, it looks big, but this is the important thing to understand about scale. When you see this in its final spot, it's going to look just right. What's next? We're going to end up doing a little bit of grinding on our welds, and speaking of welding, here's just something to understand. If you don't have access to a welder, you don't have a welder yourself, this part of this DIY build for you is something that you could easily have a shop do for you. Give them the drawing, the simple drawing, and some simple measurements, and they can put this together, and then you can do the rest of the DIY on this project. So I'm going to end up grinding down the sides here. I have also marked out all of my areas that are going to be drilled. So I've got my marks for the 3 lights that are going to go through and 4 bolts in the corners. that are going to get attached to the angle iron pieces that I still have to weld on there. But those angle iron pieces up here are what will hold the light in that fashion. And then also from there, that's where the chain mechanism will be attached. So my next step is going to be heading into the drill room, and we are going to punch out all these drills, the holes with the drill, and then we should be able to come back and weld these on and do a little bit of assembly. It's always good to just double check your marks, your alignment, and those holes look good and those marks look good. So, I'm going to drop a hole in right on our mark. My bolts and just make sure we line up a little bit. And we do. Okay, now that we have those corner holes in, we're going to be putting in the 3 holes for the light. We're going to be using one of these step drill bits which cut through sheet metal. And the reason we got to do a big one is because the light that we're using, the cord, we need to be able to feed this up through there, so it's got to be big enough for the cord to get through. So that is what we're going to do now. And there we go, we got our 3 holes for the lights to come through. All right, we're going to attach the angle iron brackets with the bolts on the floor, put it up here and weld that into place. All right, I got one side attached. Now we're gonna bring the bolt up from the bottom. And we need a little spacer because the top of this and the bottom is a half, so we're just going to use 6 washers. Drop those on there. Now we can do the other side. Proving that you can do this by yourself, but sometimes having an additional hand makes things a little easier. All right, and there we go. She is holding in there. So I'm just going to put a little clamp on there now. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I've got to center this all up, so I'm going to be measuring that out and getting the center. Pulling up. And just kind of double checking, I don't mind that. I might put a couple more washers in here just to take that space up, but I do like it. So I'm gonna get this measured up, a few more washers, and put it in place. metal work is done. Now, this is, it's probably past the point where you would make that decision. I've made the decision that I'm going to leave it all natural. The galvanized pot planter box here, I want to just stay galvanized. That's not going to rust. This outside cage is raw metal. I want it to rust. I want it to look, I don't want to say rustic, but that's what it would be. So, metal work is all done. The holes are all there. Tomorrow morning, I'm not going to do any more tonight. Tomorrow morning, we will be putting the lights in and getting that going. But just to give you an idea how it's going to hang, those others that we put in there, and then it'll hook up to a chain right there, and up it goes. All right, well, that's it for tonight. See you in the morning. Yay, it's time to put some of the electrical and lights in place. All right, you remember that we did the hole in here. We went to the hardware store, got some of the rubber stops. These are a number 8 because this is an 1 3/8 inch hole here, and there's a rubber stop. It kind of fits right in there, plugs right in. Now, one thing that you have to do is take your drill, and you want to match the drill size to be just a little bit smaller than the cord that goes through. Drill a hole all the way through it, and then take your cutting knife and slice 1/2 of it so you have a slit in there so you can get it open. All right. Take one of your outdoor cables. Now, one of the things to make sure is when you buy your cables for the socket here, these actually happen to have a 15-foot cord on them, but most importantly, they are grounded. Going outside, you're going to want grounded. Need to follow all your electrical codes, so make sure you check into that. So this is really simple. Remember, we put the hole in big enough that the plug would go through, and the little switch would go through. Just like that. Now when these come in here, you're going to want to save these little twisties just for installation, because you're going to want to take the one that you've already put in and throw that twisty back on there so it doesn't get all messed up. Get that out of your way. All right, now we have that hole and our little slit in there. We're going to make sure plug side down, and we're just going to go in and slide that cable right into that center hole. And the reason that you did the hole that you put in there just a little bit smaller than the cable is that when it gets in there, pressure, it squeezes around the cable and creates the pressure to hold it in place. And we can adjust so we're at the same height. It's a visual thing. You can measure if you need to, and then push it in, and away we go. Using these real cool big vintage LED bulbs. Alright, look at that. Okay, I'm going to get the other one put in. All right, exciting time. All the lights are in place. I had a dimmer switch wired up for this, and then I've got my splitter all here hooked together. This is our first test of all the lights together. So let's see. Voila! There we go. So cool, they all work and they'll be on a dimmer, so at night you don't have to have it crazy bright. But look at that, sporting some beautiful lights. All right, I'm gonna go put the hangers up and get the chain ready so we can install this thing. Woo! Ben already hung the brackets up there with an S-hook. As we mentioned before, we're going to always overbuild things, so we're using some 20,000 pound test lock chain. Not so much for the weight of it, but just for the cool look. We're going to hang those and then we'll put the light up. Bless you. Time. So we had some adjustment pieces on there built in. I talked about those earlier. We used a cool little magnetic level to kind of level it all up. But most importantly, we stepped back and looked at it to make sure it felt level. Sometimes being perfectly level doesn't mean anything. So it's got to look right. So it's time for the real test, the first test of them going on here. So Ben's got the honors. Woo! All right, yeah, there it is. All hung in place, looking pretty freaking awesome up there. So I'm gonna hang out tonight till it gets a little bit darker and show you it in the nighttime.